Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lugness Monster, and this is Ask Lugness Monster, episode 51, the series on the channel where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. So if you guys do want your questions answered in next week's video, comment down below in this week's video, and I'll try my very best to answer it. We are also doing a giveaway on the channel. At 5,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away this ARC Trooper Echo, which is kind of hard to see without knocking down all the figures, but it is sealed and ready to ship once we hit 5,000 subs. You do have to be subbed to the channel to enter, and we are actually doing a goal on the channel to hit 5K before the 17th of September, because on this website called Social Blade, it'll kind of like predict your YouTube growth, and on Social Blade it says I will hit 5K on September 17th as its like prediction, and I want to beat Social Blade. I want to prove them wrong, and we want to hit 5K before the 17th. So if you guys aren't subbed, go down and hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And on to the first question. The first question from Fives. He asks, how many figures do you have? So that is a very interesting question, and it is a ton of figures to count. And I'm actually not going to answer this in this video because we're actually going to be doing a collection video later this week. Within the next 7 days, I will be doing a collection video. So just stay tuned for that. I'll be showing off my entire collection, and you can see how many. And I'll obviously give like a total number of how many I have. But right now, I have some in boxes, some taken out, and I have them all scattered around because I actually did go and like remodeled my set, as you can tell. So I got figures everywhere. I got to keep track of them and get them all set back up so they're ready for the collection videos. So there's a ton to do with that, and I'll give you the final answer in that collection video. The next question from Lee Venator. He asks, do you think that Hasbro shall create a Ki-Adi-Mundi action figure? In my opinion, that would be great because we already have a Plo Koon Kit Fisto, but not a Mundi, and I love the Jedi. So 100% I think they should, and we already have pretty much ton of the Jedi Council. We do have Yoda. Well, it's not like the actual Jedi Yoda. We still have Yoda. We have Ki-Adi-Mundi. I'm sorry, we have Plo Koon and Kit Fisto. We have Anakin and Obi-Wan, which Anakin was on the council for like one meeting, but that's a different story. Yeah, we have the Jedi Council, some of them, and I think we need to continue to build the Jedi Council in the Black series. That'd be so cool to get. I think he's a great character. I especially love him in the Clone Wars, and I'd love to get a figure based off of him in the Black series. I truly think that we should, Hasbro should give us every single Jedi that we do see on screen, like named Jedi, not some of those like background ones, but every single named Jedi Master we should get in the Black series. JD Pragmatic asks, do you think Hasbro should do all the classic clone troopers from the OG Battlefront 2 under the Gaming Greats line? Yes and no. While I do love clone troopers, I think Hasbro should make as many as possible. I don't think they should do every single one, only because there's like a ton of them. There's like 115. There's not actually that many, but there's a ton of different clone trooper classes and stuff like that, from phase 1 to phase 2 to different battalions. There's a ton, and I think to do all that, there's like a bazillion figures you could do. So I think they should do a few select here and there, like the 501st Jet Trooper, which is an amazing Battlefront 2 character that I'd love to see. But some of those would be cool, but every single one might be a little too much. Go Bricks asks, do you think we will ever get a clone pack with the whole Bad Batch for around $110? So one, no, I don't think we're ever going to get one. But two, for $110, I think is rather cheap for what they're throwing in. So if you're saying the whole Bad Batch, you're going to say the 4 main ones excluding, no, I'd say including Crosshair, because I consider him still a member of the Bad Batch, even though he's kind of like on the Imperial side. I'd say you do Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Crosshair, then you have to do Echo and Omega, I think. And that's 6 figures. Hasbro's going to try to charge $25 per figure. You're probably looking at around $150 rather than $110. So that's what I would think if they do that, but I 100% believe that they will never do that. One, because those 4-packs just don't sell very well. People are more apt to actually go and buy the figures separately rather than buying them in a full 4-pack. So no, I really don't think they would. Best Edit Bros asks, do you think that they will ever make an Archive Revenge of the Sith Anakin re-release? So, if you asked me this a few months ago, I would have said no, and that's because the archive line is for figures that were released originally that haven't gotten an updated face sculpt and updated release in a long time, and we already got an Archive Anakin in 2019, so getting another re-release of that in 2 years later is just unheard of. But in late 2021, we are actually getting a 2021 archive re-release wave of some of those popular archive figures from 2021. I believe it's like Commander Cody, the 501st, and a few other people in there too. I cannot necessarily remember them all off the top of my head, but they're the popular figures from the archive line this year, and they're doing a re-release of them just to get them, back out on the market. And if they're doing re-releases of these archive ones, I don't see why they couldn't do re-releases of all the old ones as well. But like I said, I say this in tons of videos. There's no reason why Hasbro can't re-release any figure at any time. So I'd say if we don't see it like an archive re-release of this guy, we might see one in like the Revenge of the Sith packaging or in some 50th anniversary Lucasfilm packaging as well. So you never know, but I think it might not be in the archive packaging, but we will 100% see a re-release of that Anakin in the next 5 years at the very most. Ewan Smith asks, will you ever remake your worst to first clone troopers list? Quite a bit of clones have been made since that video came out. So 100% I will, because that one actually just surpassed the other videos on my channel as the most viewed video on the channel with like nearly 8,000 views, which is absolutely insane. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, I will be doing an updated list. Because all of the Bad Batch figures came out, because I didn't include any of those. There is a 212th Walgreens one, which still hasn't hit stores, but there's the Target exclusive Clone Wars figures. There are some more of the Bad Batch clones, kind of like the Shock Lieutenant or whatever you want to call them. So there's quite a few clones that have come out since then. So I will definitely remake that list in the near future, probably within a month at the very latest. I will remake that, but yeah, pretty soon I will. Jay Prasad asks, what Black Series figures do you think should get fully updated bodies? I 100% believe this should be Revenge of the Sith Anakin and Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, and both of those are really just amazing figures, iconic with the popularity of Revenge of the Sith right now, but they have awful bodies. They just are absolute dog poop, and they do not hold up to today's standards, as they are like one of the first Black Series figures ever made, in one of those first few lines. So I'd love to see those, re-sculpted from head to toe in that, probably released in that like new Galaxy style packaging. I don't know what color Revenge of the Sith would be, but we need those figures updated so desperately. I know they just archived Obi-Wan, so we might not see that anytime soon, but I really hope so. Simply Star Wars asks, do you think the Black Series could make a new Jedi mold? The old one is fine, but it looks a bit awkward on the sleeves, and the ball joint for me has made scratch marks on the torso. So honestly though, I know it's a little awkward, but I think that this is like the newest Jedi mold that we have, and honestly it's a pretty solid mold, I do have to say. There's a few things here and there that I would change, but honestly, do we need a whole new mold? I don't think so. I think that this is a really solid mold, and honestly I'd love to see them do more with this Jedi mold, depending on like which Jedi Council members you could do. Bosk asks, do you think we will get a Black Series Jesse soon? So, yes and no. We do have that brand new Echo mold, like I said. That's the one I'm doing for the giveaway. But, that's just an easy repaint and maybe a swap of a helmet for Jesse. And it's a pretty solid Jesse mold right there. It's an ARC Trooper mold that'll work perfectly for him. And it's just a matter of when they're going to get around to repainting it. Will it be soon? I really hope it's within 2021 or 2022. I think it will be in that year, but I don't really know. I hope it's earlier than that, but it could be in the next 3 to 4 years, realistically. Phil asks, Hasbro is becoming lazy with the re-releases. They keep making the same one every year after year. The same Han Solo, A New Hope re-release of 3 to 4 times, nothing new, and we need a new one. So, yes and no. I do believe that some of those older figures are getting really annoying for re-releases, kind of like that original New Hope Han Solo. Like that one, for the 8 years the Black Series has been going on, we haven't got a New Hope Han Solo mold. That is ridiculous to me. We need a new one pretty soon, but they're just gonna keep re-releasing it because it's a decently solid mold. It's not the best. It doesn't live up to today's standards, but it works. And as long as it works, they're gonna keep on re-releasing it. But some of those newer ones, like the 50th anniversary Phantom Menace re-release line, those are perfect re-releases. They don't need to update those sculpts at all. Some of those older figures, though, definitely need them. Kind of like the archive, though. Some of those are cool figures, and I'd love to get re-releases of them. But some of them desperately need new molds, kind of like I said, that Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. The next question says, do you think that they're going to make the different Imperial Stormtroopers in the new Stormtrooper mold? Example, a Stormtrooper Commander with the new mold. So I don't know what they're going to do with this because it's kind of complicated and they really haven't done that a whole lot. And we've really only seen that new mold on the Mandalorian figures in that Mandalorian packaging. We haven't really seen them anywhere else. So I hope we do. I know we have the normal Stormtrooper, the like Remnant Stormtrooper, and the Incinerator Trooper on that, and I believe the Mortar Trooper will be coming out in the future as well. But yeah, I really hope we do see more of those like older clone trooper or sorry stormtroopers on that new stormtrooper body. But as of right now, we're just not getting that, and I don't know when we could. But I do hope they do decide to do that in the future. And then the last question from Jonah, he asks, do you think Hasbro will make a Phase 1 appearance for all the clone commanders? I get this question a lot, and I really, really hope so. I think they will eventually, because eventually they're going to run out of characters to make, and they're just going to go back and make some of those Phase 1 troopers. But honestly, it's the exact same body from the neck down. All they have to do is change the head and some paint on it, and it's pretty solid. So I don't see why they haven't done this yet to begin with, but I do really, really hope they do in the future. And yeah, it would just be amazing to go with, because really, Hasbro's only done Phase 2 troopers, really, apart from a few Phase 1s here and there. But we don't really see any of the battalions in the Phase 1. We haven't seen any of the commanders in the Phase 1. So I'd really like to see them do that in the future. You know, just to broaden the clone army as a whole. And plus, they'd go with a lot more of those, like, Attack of the Clones Jedis as well. So. But anyway, guys, it is going to do it for the video. If you did enjoy it, that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.